say it. I gotta say welcome to everybody on all platforms. I may be able to make TikTok chat work a little bit better. There's a quick thing that I'm gonna attempt right now, but dude, I gotta say it. Well, first of all, it's a different time. I mean, number one, I'm here when I'm not usually live. This is, 4 hours earlier than I'm usually live. But yeah, I mean, today is kind of the start of something you'll probably see more often. Is that I'm trying to, put out some more content. Like, we did the tier list. We did that yesterday, so you're gonna see more stuff like that. But yeah, I want to stream more. I'm already putting out scripted videos, more once a week type thing. I'm trying to be more regular about that. So yeah, I mean, today's a big one. Obviously, Citrine and Felarx, we are mostly going to be spamming Vasto incarnon because we're still trying to rank that up. That guy is at 1% usage, and he needs to be at 1.5% usage. So doing pretty good on the Vasto. I've been spamming it like crazy. I've been messing around with a bunch of other weapons. I was messing around with Kuva Karak and Kuva Hind and Dubba Stubba, couple classics, some old school weapons. I was doing a little bit of work with Kuva Brack and Tenet Detron, so we've swapped around a couple builds. But generally, like, in terms of randomizer and what you guys are going to see on a daily basis, like, not much has changed. We're all still just waiting for the Coda update. We're waiting to see what kind of what kind of weapons we got. I will say, when we do the Coda update, I'm going to be starting with all primaries. So we're going to do primaries first. Generally what I've noticed is that primaries are a little easier. They have more mods that give you kind of base levels of power. So yeah, that's going to be the thing you're going to start with. Is, we'll do the Coda Synapse. We'll do that shotgun that Rebecca was showing off on the dev short. But yeah, without further ado, let's do the Citrine build. The timing is off, so I have to look in the top right and remember how long I've been streaming for. So yeah, everything looks good. Let's get moving. Let's talk about Citrine and Felarx. I mean, that's the main combo. So obviously this is just Citrine is getting a status chance buff and then also getting a crit chance buff. So, Crystallize just creates these crystals that give you 300% crit chance, and with Recrystallize, it functions like sarin spores, where it'll spread the crystals. So you just have to run around and, keep your 3 active and constantly spam your 1, and then, keep the crystals destroyed, and that's basically it. So yeah, I hope you guys are excited. The afternoon streams I won't be scheduling because I don't know how often I can do them. I have work that I have to do, so I was lucky enough to be able to stream today. But yeah, let's take a look at the build. Obviously, it's Citrine, so I'm still trying to preserve a decent amount of range, still 90% range. I'm still trying to get, I'm trying to make sure that my squad has access to this status chance and status duration buff. It's very powerful, very useful for your squad. And then obviously Crystallize with Recrystallize is also a big buff, so you can just run around and shoot the crystals for a long time. So this is just it's a pretty interesting one, actually. This is double shield regen with 90% damage reduction, so you're getting quite a bit of survivability. It's kind of all you got. So in terms of running around, keeping a bunch of orbs active, obviously your first ability spawns a bunch of energy orbs, a bunch of health orbs, and then I'm adding power strength from Arcane Impetus. So the way that this works, Arcane Impetus will give you ability strength and ability efficiency per unique status effect. So obviously your Prismatic Gem will proc the base 4, Archon Continuity will make that 5, and then Fractured Blast will make that 6 and 7. So you'll have 7 stacks of Arcane Impetus. Pretty powerful, a lot of efficiency, very easy to use. And then as long as you keep the Prismatic Gem active, you'll always have those 7 stacks. You just need to land any status effect, and it'll retain whatever stacks you already have. So I will say this is already a little bit more of an on the rails. When I come through at 7, I'm a little tired and I can struggle to talk sometimes, so it's kind of nice to do things differently. But same old stream that you're used to. So you can see very low stats overall. I do have a decent amount of duration because I am trying to increase my usability and just make it a little bit easier to keep active. So it's just Archon continuity. So I mean, you want Archon continuity, so you're gonna have 55% duration. But yeah, that's a pretty straightforward build. Obviously, we're talking about it with the Felarx. This is the infinite ammo Felarx, so we'll explain that in a bit. This is projectile speed. I find that I don't really need recoil, and I'm actually not wanting to take accuracy. And that's going to be very important for shotguns. Projectile speed, obviously, you know, those three are kind of a freebie. This one is, I think, mandatory. This one is 50% magazine reloaded when holstered. So you get 50% from this. There is a mod, an Exilus mod called Lock and Load, which will give you another 20%. So that means that in 1.5 seconds, you can fully reload all 6 shots. So it's great as a swap weapon. If you love running around with a melee weapon, the only thing you have to do with the Felarx is keep your galvanized buffs active, keep primary crux active. So, you know, getting 10 headshots. Obviously, we are using primary crux alongside the aim glide and sliding efficiency. So you can use it with the punch through on 3 enemies. I have a video about this. I have a stream about this. It's a little bit old at this point. You can search Felarx in my YouTube channel and you'll find it. But I just noticed that when I was like 15 and 20 and 25 minutes into a survival, I was proccing this less and less often. So this one still has a downside that when you need to charge up primary crux, there is this gray area where you don't have infinite ammo. And so, you know, needing to land 10 headshots while also aim gliding can suck for that, but that's why you have the you know, the swap reload, because swap reload is just incredibly powerful. And then I do have 1 stack of the synth buff, so that's another 5%, so it's pretty powerful. I'm trying Volt with Inaro's Desiccation. Yeah, that's a goated combo. I think people, do they use it with Shock Trooper and then you summon a bunch of sand Kavats and then the Kavats retain the electric damage? I think that's a super cool combo. That's like my Volt build is very boring. Like my Volt build is just Discharge and Breach Surge, and then I mostly just run around and spam the electric shield. So I did like that, you know, when a couple of videos of that came out, everybody was like, dude, you got to try this. This stuff's so cool. So that's a very interesting build that I like the idea. So last one, of course, crit chance, status chance. It gives you a base crit chance of 30%, which on a shotgun is absurd. All right, 70% crit chance on a shotgun. You have 11 multi-shot, so each of these bullets does a shitload of damage, and that's because I'm using Blaze and also Vicious Spread. So these are both, you know, flat damage multipliers. They are calculated the same as Primary Deadhead and Primary Merciless. So these are actually giving diminishing returns on top of Prime Point Blank. So what I always tell people is, if you ever see a base damage mod like this can always be replaced with a faction damage mod. This can always be replaced with something like Shotgun Elementalist, because the status damage is a separate multiplier, so it'll be calculated separately from this cost, so you won't get diminishing returns, and that's the same for faction damage. So if you have, you know, whatever Bane mod, then that will do another damage calculation separately, which will also maximize the blast a little bit more. But generally I'm pretty boring, and I just favor, you know, upfront damage, and I do like Vicious Spread on shotguns. I do think the idea of making the shotgun hit more enemies just by shooting it, I think, is really valuable. So this Riven is absurd, but it is just a cold mod. It is cold status chance multi-shot, so this would just get replaced with a cold mod, and then you just have blast. And of course, we love Blaze. You know, giving the damage and the fire means that, of course, the way that blast works is that it creates this AoE, but that 5-meter AoE functions the same as slash damage, so it doesn't calculate the actual elemental blast damage into the AoE damage. So it'll calculate status damage, it'll calculate these types of damage, it'll calculate faction damage, all this stuff, but that's other stuff. Shout out King Latte, saying you on early. Yup. These are random streams. You'll catch these occasionally, so, you know, if you're on TikTok, I'll be doing it. I'm thinking primarily it'll either be like 1 to 3 or like a 3 to 5, depending on what kind of work I have to do. So I should be streaming till maybe 5:30, maybe a little bit later, and then we'll do another stream right after this. I'll eat dinner and we'll come back and do another round of streaming. So we'll still be back at the same time. You can still catch me at 7, but yeah, pretty simple build. Obviously galvanized Sabby, so you know, gun condition overload essentially mandatory on basically every blast setup that I use. So pretty normal, pretty similar to stuff you've already seen. This is a crazy one. Vasto incarnon, probably the worst incarnon in the game. I would say it's a pretty confident, most people can agree to that. On headshot, 100% ammo efficiency, so this is just 2 seconds of infinite ammo as long as you get a headshot. It does also have a 1 second reload speed, which is very important, alongside doubling of the magazine capacity. So obviously any weapon that has infinite ammo mechanics, I try to also use I try to give it as much magazine as I can, and I really love having a good reload speed. Obviously, this is like a revolver, so it should have a 1 second reload, but that one is essentially mandatory. And then this one is just shit. It doesn't do anything. You have a choice between no primary equipped, which I can do, but I just will not really. At this point, I probably won't be doing it, but you can see you get a big mag size increase, so it does make it even stronger. This one is on equipped from primary, but it lasts for 3 seconds, so it's essentially never active. And yeah, like most people are pretty confident saying this is like the worst incarnate in the game, but I have a Riven that is absurdly criminal, and basically what this is doing, so if I replace this with Karnus Stinger, which would be your choice, you can see you're gonna get you're gonna favor blast by a lot more, so you can see 38 versus 26, and then the slash kind of stays the same. So but you are losing 319% damage. So this is definitely an Amar type weapon, where I'm saying, like, dude, there's a zillion is the burst DPS in the game, but it's 3 seconds, so I'm not fucking swapping to my primary every 3 seconds. I'm sorry, I'm not a numbers guy. Highest burst DPS in the game, I'm like, whatever. And you're probably also talking about the incarnon form, which is 4 shots. You get to shoot it 4 times. It has 6 bullets each. So a little bit of an annoying gun, but I mean, I'm not surprised. There will always be people who will be like, what? You think it's the worst incarnate? I'm like, dude, come on. Let's do a poll in the chat. Use primary to kill trash. Yeah, that's what I mean. Is like Thorn, again, proving my point. And you know, if you are in chat, this is your point to take a drink, where he's talking about having a single target and a trash killer, and that's something that I also avoid. So you know, he has no idea, but I intentionally avoid doing that, where I have a trash killer and a single target weapon, because it just is boring, and I don't like the idea of having a single target weapon that only is good for single target, and then having every other weapon that is good for trash. That's just not how I play. Build it for crit blast. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, very, very predictable. It's what you would expect. You know, lots of people will tell you to just have a single target weapon and then a trash weapon, and then suddenly Vasto Incarnate is very good. But I'm only using this in the normal form. I'm taking advantage of the infinite ammo, and I'm still spamming like crazy. But I mean, I don't think anybody cares that you think it's the best weapon in the game. But what am I missing? Now I have my base Incarnate hitting 14 million headshots with infinite ammo as long as I hit headshots. Sorry, base without Incarnate. Oh wait, did I miss? No, I caught that. I'm good at aiming, so I don't have that issue. Yeah, I feel that. No, that's what I've said, is like, for me to even use this weapon, obviously, like, the pistol category has 36 weapons in it, and they're insanely strong weapons. So the weapon does have to function similarly to these other weapons, where, you know, it's good at killing trash mobs, it's good at killing single targets. It's not the best weapon in the game by any sense of anything, but it's definitely not trash. No, but it is, I would say, pretty okay, so here's the thing, Thorn. Tell me a worse incarnate. Point out an incarnate that is worse. And that's all I'm saying, is I think it's probably the worst incarnate in the game. It's the weirdest to build. You know, it's a definite, like, single target, but that's what I was getting at. Is it's worthy of being in the randomizer, which means it's already in the top 36% of pistols in the game. But it's not the Bratton. That's why you think Bratton Incarnate is worse than this. I'm like, that's kind of all I need to hear. Like, if you think Bratton Incarnate is worse than this, then what else do I need to say, man? If you build it for acuity with Deadhead, you've got massive and free damage that synergizes. Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't really use Acuity. I find that I miss headshots enough and I value multi-shot enough that I've just never really been able to make Acuity. I know so many people are like Acuity stands and they spam it like crazy, but I don't know, I can't really do it. I'm not accurate. Compare Bratton to Burstin. But that's what I mean. Yeah, Burstin Incarnon is probably like the second strongest. Like Burstin Incarnon is like one of the strongest weapons in the game, period. So like, yeah, if you're comparing Bratton to Burstin, it's like comparing... I mean, I could look at my tier list, but yeah, Bratton was like still in the top 20, but you know, it's definitely not nearly as good. So yeah, very, very predictable. That's kind of what you expect when you talk about like ranking. Comparing Bratton to Dual Tox. Yeah, Dual Tox is way better, of course. Torrid is way better. But I still think Bratton is drastically better than Vasto, because obviously I have a crazy Riven for it, but yeah. That's what I mean. Like, this is what I try to do. I just ask people, and then whatever they say is the worst Incarnon, then that's something that I learn about them, and then now you learn something about me by me saying the Vasto Incarnon. Like, clearly Thorn, you know, favors a lot of single target, maybe does a lot of, like, level cap Cascade. Generally, that's what I notice is, like, people who are, you know, talk a lot about Acuity and talk a lot about single target. You don't play Disrupt. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I guarantee you that Thorn just, like, does nothing but disruptions all the time. How good is Torrid? Torrid Incarnon is probably the best. It's insanely good. But yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I have no reason to do Disruption. It's not an Omnia. It doesn't really have the type of rewards that I want. Generally, all I'm playing is Steel Path Omnias and just farming a bunch of Steel Essence and cracking a bunch of relics. I just got Dual Tox this last round, but didn't finish my circuit for Torrid. Now I feel it. I like Acuity because I main Ivara, but I'm a survival player, yeah. No, and that's what I mean is like, yeah, Thorn doesn't randomize their gear, so they'll always have a different judgment than me, and in the end, that's my whole point is like, I don't think you'll ever meet somebody who plays the game the way I do, so you're also not going to meet anybody that has the same judgments as I do. Like, you're not going to meet somebody that's using all but the worst, what is this, 10 melee weapons in the game. Like, this is kind of how I do it. I got Torrid Incarnate paired up with Inaros' OP. Yeah, shout out Tristan for following. And I use Vasto for Acolytes. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, generally, most of my weapons are OP enough that they can all kind of nuke Acolytes. Like, Acolytes to me are like the weakest of the VIP enemies. But the fun thing about Acolytes is that Acolytes, their damage attenuation functions a little differently to other enemies. So whereas, you know, you could have a weapon that nukes Thrax enemies and nukes Necramech and stuff like that, you can have an Acolyte that is able to reduce the amount of damage you deal by quite a lot. This is just a Bonkfluence. This is gas on Bonkfluence, so Galvanized Reflex giving you 4 stacks of Weeping Wounds for 160 status chance, and then Galvanized Elementalist giving you 120% status chance. So that's how they work. They aren't so weak in 4 hours. Yeah, and Thorn, once again, proving my point. Playing a single mission for 4 hours, I'm like, dude, if I had the choice between cutting off my pinky or being forced to do that, I would lose a pinky every time. Like, I'm not fucking, like, 4 hours in survival is like, in a survival too. Like, if you were going for 2.5 hours in a Cascade, you'd be at level cap. So that's what I mean. Like, survival is already kind of simpler in that way, but generally what I've said is like, you're gonna see me play for 5 rounds and then swap my gear. That's what I've always enjoyed, is that because of this thing called the randomizer, I would much rather play 2 missions that are half the length, but I get 2 separate loadouts to show you guys, versus just sitting in the same mission for double the time and then using the same loadout. That's generally what I've said, is like, I think for them. Oh, and the other thing is, like, Acolytes in a squad are much stronger. Also, I want to say, appreciate 200 likes on TikTok. But yeah, that's what I mean is, like, I think it's important when you talk. I'm gonna actually play Warframe before I keep yapping. But when you actually talk about it, like, if you're not going to level cap, if you're not doing like straight up level cap Void Cascade, you know, whether it's Omnias or not, then generally that's the base level of, like, if you can do solo Omnias, if you can do solo Netracells, then you're pretty much chilling. So I did want to see, oh fuck, well, we have a Void Cascade, that should be fine. So it'll be a good test for Vasto, but yeah, we'll get a little bit serious, you know. What is Void Cascade? Yeah, Void Cascade is it's a mission that you will unlock in the Zeramin. And it is the only, I think it's the only source of endless arcane farming. So basically what's going to happen in this mission is that you're going to see these enemies called Thrax enemies, which are essentially like the VIP mini boss enemies. Oh wait, that's wrong. They're the enemies that you'll be doing nothing but killing. You'll just be running around killing Thrax. I do have to complete some night waves, so we may potentially try something else out. But yeah, I'm gonna warm up a little bit. I gotta get some practice in and do some Cascade. So that's what I mean is like, generally, yeah, solo has its difficulties. Obviously, in solo, you're just taking a lot more damage because you're the only target. It means that your companion's dying more often. Like, generally what I've said is, like, if you are playing in a squad, it's gonna be easier most of the time. But yeah, so what's gonna happen is you're gonna get these Thrax to spawn. They'll spawn right here. This first Thrax is always the worst because I don't have any galvanized stacks. This is the, when I was testing, this is where I really felt it. But you can see that the Vasto still nukes pretty well. But that's generally what I mean is, like, I have no reason to use a weapon that isn't worthy of the randomizer, and so if I can roll a Riven that makes it function as other weapons do, you know, you're talking like dual toxin incarnon and stuff like that, I have no energy also. This mission sucks. Like, the Void Cascade is just the worst mission. Like, difficulty, stress, whatever metric you want, like, you'll get way less energy coming in. You'll fail to get galvanized stacks. Like, literally there will be moments where you're clearing out a room, and dude, you will like kill a bunch of Thrax and just lose all your galvanized stacks. So I need to test. I was gonna do a test and see, because I'm pretty sure when you kill the normal Thrax, it doesn't count for the galvanized stacks. You have to actually kill the enemy for it to count. So there's a definite warm-up period to this mission where I may suck, and yeah, I have 0 energy, so this is unfortunate. I need to hit my 1. But I think I can do this. I think that might be a good idea. Just nuke all of them, and then I can pick up a bunch of energy and hit my 1, hit my 2. I don't even think I'll have enough energy to cast the crystalline gem or whatever it's called. But yeah, this is what I feel. My companion's dead. You'll see it. I mean, they kind of spawn in waves, so you can catch up and then you'll slow down a little bit. But generally, my entire job is just going to be collect a bunch of energy and health orbs. And dude, I swear to God, like this mission loves to just fuck me over, just in every way possible. Especially in an Omnia, where they're going to get corrupted, and so they're going to be invincible for a split. There's just so many fucking variables. Anyway, what am I missing? What am I missing? For sure, Acolytes get the squad buff, so they're more annoying. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like, most of the time, in most cases, doing stuff in a squad is way easier, but the idea that, like, your Acolyte is suddenly, like, insanely OP, and you have this violence or this malice running around just fucking your entire squad over because he just has way too much health. I feel that. I will say I'm doing pretty well that I'm still inside the Exilizer bubble, so I'm still actually able to, like, run around and kill shit, so, yeah, I want to keep an eye and see, do I have galvanized stacks? I do have galvanized stacks. But I want to see, yeah, I don't think, so if you caught that, I was just watching the timer on my galvanized stacks. Just, I have galvanized multi-shot bonus active, obviously, but, yeah, I was just, like, testing to see if it actually did work. Do I have enough energy for this? Yeah, I should. And then I think these guys are still affected by Fractured Blast. Does it have a little marker above their head? I'm not, oh, Guardian Eximus and this guy, okay. Be patient. Watch the Guardian. Like, the damage reduction from the Guardian Eximus does fuck me over so bad. This guy is also activating his Overguard buff, so they're going to be pretty much invincible. It's not the only Endurance Arcane farm, but it's for sure the best. What is the other one? I mean, I know it's like, I know you can get it from Acolytes, but that's like on a 5-minute timer, but that's also like universal to all Steel Paths, so I don't even really count Acolytes. Like, yeah, I'm not really sure. He's on a different stream schedule. No, I'm just, I'm doing an extra stream for you. I'm, whatever time I have available, I'm trying to devote it to streaming and cutting out clips and stuff like that. So you guys are getting some extra streams, but still same schedule. You'll still catch me when you're used to catching me, and then you'll also get some extra streams on top of that. But yeah, we got really lucky, I guess, and landed a fucking Void Cascade. That thing should be fine.
Before it feeds the Cascade.
But yeah, I think when I kill the Ghost Thrax, or when I kill the Thrax, it doesn't actually count towards a Galvanized stack. Like, I have to kill actual enemies to keep my Galvanized buff going. But that's not the biggest thing in the world. I will say when it does suck is if I get a bunch of Exolizers spawning in another room, then it means I have to kill a bunch of Thrax, and then slowly but surely my Galvanized buffs run out. So, ooh, DR, real quick. Do the DR. Okay, safe. Not saying you will, but no, I will say, like, the streaming schedule is probably something that would potentially change more likely than not. But at this point, I want 7 to 9. I've kind of made sure that, like, with this new job that I'm starting, that I can still do that 7 to 9 period. So definitely sick. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I can't really think of any endurance arcane farm that really even comes close, because, like, obviously you're getting the arcanes from the Thrax, and you're getting so many Thrax spawns. But this is an important thing to understand, is, like, in the end, like, a level cap Cascade is, like, actually most efficiently and best done when you have can I do this? Is this gonna work? It's best. Oh, look at this fucker, dude. Where's the little thing? Did I pop it? Oh my god. Do you see how they do me? The Trocarian shows up when I'm trying to deal with something and I can't even see the fucking Trocar. Oh, but it's broken? I can leave. Okay. Chillin'. So the Thrax will follow me. Just chill out. Just be patient. Don't freak out too much. Appreciate the 232 likes. Thank you. But yeah, we're still trying to warm up. The mission doesn't really start until you are accumulating a bunch of, like, once you have a bunch of Exolizers going and you're moving between rooms, I think that's when it's more important. But yeah, like, at this current moment, it's pretty normal. Damn, this early as hell. Yeah, appreciate it. Oh, strategist, appreciate it, strategist. Yeah, I mean, we should be all set up. I can tab over. I need to click on this, but yeah, I mean, I can already tell that it's a different vibe. Like, yeah, when you see me at 7 o'clock, tired is the wrong word, but I'll use tired, and you can infer what you want from that meaning. But yeah, dude, this is what I've been wanting to do. I mean, I've just been seeing it that, like, you know, there are so many streamers who are always live in the evening, so I want to try and get in. I've been thinking about doing, like, an after lunch stream and going for a couple hours and then doing a workout. I did a quick workout before I started, but yeah, for the most part, just some chill gaming. I need to kill enemies in a Necramech, so I think I might do some conjunction survival after just normal conjunction, not Omnias, and then see if I'm lucky. I might be able to snag some Nightwave completions. I will say I should have enough Nightwave standing that I can show off the AX52, and from what I can tell, I'm pretty sure that that augment will make the AX52 worthy of the randomizer. So I'm excited for that. You know, I was doing a little bit of testing. I modified the build a little bit for the AX52 because I was really ready to make it work, and especially after the leaded gas augment, and like I think the leaded gas augment is insanely strong. But, you know, like I said in the stream, in the end it is. Oh, that guy got capped. In the end, it is still 8 shots in the mag with a 1.8 second reload speed. So, you know, synergizing with that is going to be very important. So, you know, like on Goss, on Harrow, those are the main ones. I think, honestly, the reload speed is more of an issue than the fire rate. Like, I don't necessarily care about how many bullets I'm shooting. It's more that I just don't want downtime. I just don't want to be sitting there and reloading after every 8 shots. So, yeah, I guess it's pretty what you would expect. Like, I'm glad to see that they did give it this absurd power, but you do have to kind of manage it with some downsides and some weaknesses. And, you know, I'm kind of always of that mind that you know, I'm fine with, you know, builds and setups having weaknesses, and I think they need to in the end. Like, you can't have everything being the, you know, I always come back to the discussion that I was having with Harsh, and we were talking about, you know, like, the fact that Rhino's Overguard is like an ability, and so that means, you know, you're getting it removed. Like, when you fall into the void, you lose the buff and all this stuff. I do have the galvanized stacks active. I'm having to look in the top right every once in a while and actually see if I have the buffs going, but I should probably get moving. Yeah, we've got 2 over here. I need to get a move on. God, yeah, this mission just... It is good. Like, I think it's nice because, like, obviously it's, you know, you can get an insane amount of phosphor from these missions, so I think it always has to be pretty difficult, and, you know, it's a good margin, I would say. It needs to be in a specific spot for it to give you the amount of loot that it can give you. Oh, chill. Oh, I missed. Nope. Safe, and we're good. Okay, keep moving. We get our second Acolyte spawn, okay. Oh boy, Violence. So far, chilling. Don't have any of my buffs. You're seeing it. Like, honestly, one of the biggest downsides you'll have with this mission is just, dude, you never have enough enemies. The enemies are always chasing after you because you're fucking chasing after the Exolizers. It's just never ending, man. I think that's why, that's like one of the main reasons that I dislike this mission so much, is just because, you know, you have all these endless missions that end up being so similar, and then you have Cascade. And yeah, granted, like I mentioned, it kind of has to be super annoying and, you know, cumbersome and shit. I want to see if I can just proc Void Strike. I just need to get out of range of this. Let me see if I can kill Violence. Come on. No, unfortunately, I didn't get it. Ooh! Maybe on the... No, I was close. But yeah, this is what I mean. Like, bro, I need enemies, but I also need to actually be able to kill the enemy. Like, but I think this is why, like, when you see... Yeah, when someone's doing, like, a level cap Cascade solo build, especially, that's the main one. Like, doing this in a squad is, like, so much easier, but doing this shit solo, this is where you see, like, the fucking Magistar one-shot, you know, Riven builds and all this stuff. So I'm always impressed with, like, you know, somebody, you know, there's a guy, I guess you would still, it's like Zachary with a X for the A, but yeah, all he does is, like, level cap solo Void Cascade, and I just watch him and I'm like, damn, like, that is like dedic. You have to be, like, into that shit to just burn it so much. I'm like, dude. Oh, shout out TTV Yuffie for following. Appreciate that. Come on, land some shots. Oh, okay. Okay, chill out. I mean, we made it through. That was awful, but you can see what I mean. Like, it's so annoying. Shout out J Yogi. I said Citrine was best. Yeah. No, but the issue is, like, dude, in a Cascade, oh my god, I'm not even gonna use the Felarx. This is not a good mission to use the Felarx. So unfortunately, I won't really get to show it off. I may swap to it if we get a bunch of enemies. But yeah, like, Cascade is such a fucking pain in the ass, man. It's not like it, and I wouldn't even really describe it as, like, a bad mission. It's just, like, so much weirder and different, and, you know, and not what anybody's really used to. But I guess, yeah, like, I'm trying to do more Cascade. That's what I mean. Like, I'm trying to use it as a benchmark that, like, okay, if it is going to be the most annoying solo mission, then it is probably worthwhile to do a bunch of practice with it. And if it is going to make you struggle so much, then you might as well grind as much Void Cascade as you can if it is that awful. So that's what I mean, is, like, in the end, part of Warframe is looking for difficult content. You are trying to test your builds as good as you can, and so I think, like, yeah, doing a fucking solo Void Cascade Omnia is just so awful, and yeah, doing fucking 5 rounds of this is just giant pain in the ass, but safe. Can I show off Felarx here? I don't have any buffs going. This is, like, so risky. Yeah, I don't have gun condition overload. I don't think I have multi-shot either, so if I can wind it up, then I can maybe succeed, but unfortunately my companion's dead as well, so this is about as struggle bus as you can get. I think I might be safer here. Let me see if I can try this. Let me try this. I want to see if I can just Void Strike them and just kill them all. Nah, it was okay, but yeah, you can see it. 0 energy. On Citrine, who actually has really good energy economy, but you need some starter energy to make it work. So this is what I mean. Like, you have, this is a point where I'm like, I have my builds, and then I have, like, a solo Cascade. Oh, I need to leave. I need to not bother with these enemies. This is the other thing, I get bogged down with enemies, and then I really should just be leaving, allowing the Thrax to just cap that, and then just moving to the next room, because, yeah, I've got 3 pylons in this room, so, woof, this is fucking awful, man.
Exolizer spent.
0 energy. Yeah, straight up just 0. I don't have a single galvanized buff either. So like this weapon is really good about that, where suddenly it's as if you just started the mission. Like you're back to square one and you're like, holy fuck, this is awful. So I guess that's you gotta love it, man. You gotta be real about it. You're not always gonna have a cakewalk. Not every mission is a survival, right? But I can save it. I can succeed. Wait, did I still?
Contamination spreading.
Wait, oh no, that one did get converted. Okay, damn it. I thought I actually succeeded and just ignored it for just long enough that the Thrax was unable to snag it. So I think it did still show up. But yeah, I'm okay with the pylon getting capped if it means I can like move to a new room and reset myself and get back to a better margin. So look at that. Once again, no galvanized stacks. So killing Thrax does not give you the galvanized stacks. So it is like, it is difficulty in a way that's like hard to describe. You know, it's like the difficulty is that you have no enemies to give you energy. The difficulty is that you have no enemies to proc the galvanized stacks. But then at the same time, when you do have enemies, it's just a shit ton of fucking these guys. I need to actually shoot him properly, but come on, man. This is what happens. Like, you guys just have to get used to it. The fucking Cascade Omnia shows up, and it will just always fuck me over. But I'm glad I can... Oh, unlucky. I think I can still succeed, but yeah, this is definitely a pain. And this is why I can kind of see why people have these, like, slam builds where all they do is show up, bonk the Thrax, and then move on to the next area. Like, God, it's just... It's, is this just Amar complains about Cascade for 2 hours? We do have other things that we can do. There's other missions that I can try. Fuck, that was a bombard rocket right to the face, but I guess I deserve it, right? Streaming at a different time, of course they're gonna give me a Void Cascade Omnia, so I feel it, man. Like, dude, the back and forth that you get of like, wow, this build is really strong when you have all the energy you need, and then oh wow, all the enemies spawn so I can get the energy, but I can't get the energy if I'm getting obliterated by a bunch of corrupted ancients and stuff. So I'll chill here at this spawn, and then I'll have to move back over to the other one. But you can see, like, the level of ebb and flow that you have in this mission, where like at a certain point it's just running around doing nothing but killing Thrax, and then at other points you're just completely bogged down with enemies. I think honestly I'm only gonna keep whatchamacallit, my 2 active and my 1, and just make sure that I always have energy coming in. Can I get the Felarx buff? Can I get a galvanized buff active? I don't know. Oh, swap. This one has how much? Oh, it's gone. Oh shit, I need to leave. I'm 14 rounds. I'm surprised I'm doing this well. This is kind of how it usually goes for me though. Like, you're just suffering a lot, and then the room's done, and then you move on, and it's like, oh shit. And oh, I guess I did. I guess the Thrax didn't cap that other point, so recast this, do this. Can I get some galvanized buffs? Yeah, there you go. Still chilling. He's got all the priming that he could need, and we're chilling. All right, move to the next one. Yeah, I literally don't think I'll be able to keep Felarx. I don't think I'll be even... There's like a warm-up period to the Felarx. You know, it doesn't... I feel like all weapons have it, but definitely I feel it a lot with the Felarx. So for now, doing better. I do just have to realize that there is just this weird fucking back and forth, but bro, do I really hate just like straight up not being able to keep my abilities active, because I'm doing nothing but running around and killing Thrax for 20 minutes, but what do you expect? Your aim is so good. Appreciate it, Jebby. Thank you. There is a little trick that I'm using where I have blast on my weapon, so like if I do kill something, it's gonna proc a bunch of blast, and then it's gonna kill all the enemies around it. So, you know, it still takes a little bit of aiming, but you know, it's not the craziest thing in the world. I appreciate the love, but yeah, I mean, part of it is that when I do my tier lists, so many of the tier lists are, you know, mostly anti-aiming weapons. You know, weapons that are just like so broken and so brainless to use that you're not even really like thinking about what you're doing. And that's, to me, like, that's like peak Warframe, where you actually just don't have to think about anything. And, you know, I like the Vasto. It's fun, but it's super weird, and I need to keep my galvanized buffs going and actually land Fractured Blast. And maybe I should be using Bonk Influence here. Let's see if we can get the Bonk stacks going. And there's Influence. We should be able to wipe all these guys now. Yeah, I can actually see spamming a little bit more Influence to keep it active. But appreciate JV Life for following. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, we are playing an absurdly difficult. Yes, annoying is a better word for it. Like, honestly, I struggle. Harmony build, yeah, I can show Harmony build. We've got one more round after this. My Harmony build is so weird because it is like a Tennokai. There's like a super good setup that you can use with melee afflictions, but it doesn't work on like acolytes and shit like that. So I don't use it. It's my Harmony build is just like a standard scythe build, which is, or like standard Amar scythe build, I guess is what I should say. So yeah, I can definitely show that off. But move to the next room. Like I said, unfortunately, you won't be able to kill any enemies. You won't be able to build up or keep your buffs active. You just have to leave. So this chat is why I do 25 minutes in Avoid Cascade, because in the end I can still struggle, I can still suck really bad, and I still complete 5 rounds. I still successfully play the mission even though I die a shit ton and I literally never have energy, and it makes me cry for fucking 25 minutes. How long is it? 20 minutes? Yeah. God. You can see it. Like, I should put like, oh, this is a Cascade stream, because you just immediately see like the weather, the age that's happening in my eyes, like as I'm playing this mission. Oh my god, but so far still chilling. Auto target these guys. Always target your ancients. Super important. Let's head up here. Let's do the next one. Yeah, I gotta say, man. And yeah, that's the thing. There's a reason. Like, this mission also scales up faster than any mission. So yeah, you're getting to level cap absurdly fast, and so, you know, it does have that level of difficulty that is pretty unique. And dude, dealing with Thrax is so, they move so, they fucking just run around like dumbasses. Also, I think I don't have gun condition overload. Yeah, I don't have any gun condition overload. You see what I mean about you kill a bunch of Thrax enemies, and it in killing the Thrax, in focusing on Thrax instead of normal enemies, you actually just delete all of your galvanized stacks and lose all your power, and then you have to run around and kill normal enemies with the weapon while also dealing with the Thrax. So in terms of like just being a fucking annoying, shitty fucking mission, like rule number 1, I'm like, fuck, it makes me mad. But yeah, it's a Thrax, so killing the actual body of the Thrax is not the body. You have to kill the ghost to like fully kill the Thrax. But then yeah, you end up getting a little bit shafted. Do I have the galvanized? No, I still don't have gun condition overload. This is kind of getting annoying, but this pylon's about to get cleared, so I might as well just leave and move to the next one. It's weird. I'm actually just not even killing the Thrax. I'm still moving on. So I apologize, chat. I will use the Felarx in the next mission as well, so I can actually play it. But yeah, honestly, I'll say it. Fuck Cascade. If you do a bunch of level cap Cascade, good on you. But boy, good God, is it an annoying fucking mission to do solo, and requires a bunch of, yeah, like meta to a completely different degree. Hey Joshi, I had a question. What's the difference with subsuming Zada's Whisper and Eclipse? So the main difference that I would say is that Zada's Whisper is a separate damage instance, which is better. Sorry, no, you're good. I'm finishing out the mission, but yeah, I'm good to be fucking done with Cascade. I'm good to be out of here. Yeah, so Zada's Whisper creates a separate damage instance of void damage, which means that it is, yeah, it's not like Roar. Eclipse is just a damage multiplier. And the thing that sucks about Eclipse is that as a Helminth, it gets nerfed pretty hard. So like if you compare Zada's Whisper, Roar, and Eclipse, Zada's Whisper and Roar are a little bit closer. Does Harmony Heavy Attack proc with Citrine 3? So Harmony is a scythe, so the Heavy Attack has a guaranteed slash proc, so it always procs. But yeah, so I would say Zada's is going to be way better in that situation. I would say Roar would be number 2, although Roar is more expensive. So they're interchangeable. Like Zada's is cheaper. Void damage also messes with certain weapons and how they function. So there's some trade-off in terms of like usability, but Roar is a faction damage mod, so it's very powerful for that. Like if you don't have a faction damage mod, then it's very good. But yeah, let's show off Harmony. This is just a standard single target melee weapon setup. You can see pretty low crit chance, but the important thing is that if I go over to combos, Reaping Spiral has a 200% slash proc on the standing attack, and the heavy attack has a 600% slash proc. So what Harmony is going to do is it's going to take all of those damaging status effects and it's going to combine them together. 750 Matt, appreciate it for following. But I wanted some soup to get a little more damage. I got it because I'm doing a Magistar and I understand it's good on its own. So on Magistar, I would say Zada would be better. Because if you're doing like a Magistar slam build, then what's going to happen is when the Magistar procs blast off of the heavy slam, then that blast explosion is a separate damage instance. So then you add Zada's Whisper onto that as well. So technically you get a double Zada's bonus. I know some people will say it fucking quadruple dips and I just roll my eyes. I'm like, whatever, talk about whatever math you want. What's your opinion on the Fullman? Fullman is insanely goated. With primary crux, it means that the shotgun form just straight up uses less ammo per bullet. You know, it's like a 60% ammo efficiency, so very powerful. But the basic gist with how I use Harmony is that I use Dreamer's Wrath to just increase my Tennokai chance, so that like every time I land a normal hit, it gives me 42% heavy attack crit chance. So I actually don't want to heavy attack right away. I want to land, you know, 8 to 10 normal hits and then do a heavy attack, and then it'll have a big bonus. You explained it very well. Is there a way I could show my build to you if you have Discord? Yep, I have a Discord. Link to my Discord. I think what you have to do to get to my profile is you click on my profile picture, and then you click on the profile picture again. Jump and slam. I wouldn't really use this for a slam build because this is a scythe, so it has that guaranteed slash proc. So obviously with Harmony, what it's going to do is it's going to take all that slash damage, it's going to combine it together, it's still going to bypass armor, and then it's just going to deal it all at once. So you can hit damage cap very easily with this. Like I mentioned, there's a setup with melee afflictions, and because this guy does like stagger enemies, it knocks them down. You'll get like 7 slash procs or something off of one heavy attack, and then it'll combine all those together during that same heavy attack and deal it as one damage instance. But the issue is, of course, you know, it nukes Thrax, but doesn't work on Necramech, doesn't work on Acolytes. So a little bit of a trade-off, but yeah, if you wanted to do that, then you could just do a heavy attack only build and just fucking melee afflictions them. I don't know, I don't have them, I have a really low rank, but yeah, you get 6 additional slash procs every time you knock them down, so you know you're more incentivized to just do a fucking slash over and over. So yeah, fuck Void Cascade, that's all I can say. It makes me sad. I hate that mission. Mostly for the, like, if you're actually using a setup and like playing and like choosing optimized weapons and choosing an optimized loadout, like that's what I mean. You do have to go in with a actually decently optimized loadout for Void Cascade, but I mean, I can survive for 5 rounds. I can't really succeed for longer than 5 rounds. So I guess we're doing a normal conjunction survival. I do need to get Felarx kills, so yeah, I'm just going to play for as long as I have time. I've got a couple missions that I need to complete. I've got some Elite Sanctuary Onslaught to finish, but that shit is super boring. We need to change Citrine as well. Oh, Dante. Okay, that's sick. Yeah, let's do a Dante build real quick. This is casting speed. This shit is mandatory. I don't want to use a casting speed mod, so this is my only source of casting speed. This guy needs... The amount of abilities you cast, you need casting speed. Once again, a lot of efficiency, actually. I'm using Streamline and Prime Flow, so, you know, in most missions, not needing it. But yeah, in a Cascade, might be pretty useful. But yeah, it's basically just, you've got 4 verses. The main one is Triumph, which is just a shit ton of overguard. It gives you an initial overguard buff and then will give you a small overguard over time. But yeah, it's just a lot of 45% range. I've actually thought about getting rid of this because this is the radius on that. It's got some other abilities. I don't know what the radius is on Darkverse. 29 meters. You could probably cut it, I think. So the other important one is Tragedy, which is, yeah, 43 meter radius. So that is pretty useful for that. I think you could probably get rid of Stretch, but I just don't know what I would replace it with. And then yeah, you have two other verses. Word Warden is going to create a copy of Noctua that, you know, gives you extra damage, and then or it just shoots Noctua bullets for you. And then the final one is Page Flight, which is giving you status chance and status damage to enemies. And then yeah, obviously Noctua as well. So yeah, lots of overguard is the main thing. Being able to provide a shit ton of overguard to your squad is really good. I got a Zephyr Slam build with tornadoes, like yeah, that's what I mean though. Yeah, so the Zephyr Slam build is a great example where it straight up in certain situations just like bypasses damage attenuation. So it is like one of the most, it's like one of the highest damage, like most absurd builds that you can do. It does a shit ton of damage like that. I love that setup. I haven't played in a while. Is Octavia or Wisp still good? Yes. Octavia is probably one of the best invisibility frames. Most of them are actually pretty similar, but Wisp as a support, just giving your squad fucking 1,000 extra health and 100 health regen a second is insanely strong. Also, my Lich stole my sculpture. Dude, I've been killing liches like crazy. I've been trying to burn all my liches, get all my Kuva weapons done, never worry about the Kuva weapons again. But this is a double invocation. This is energy regen and ability strength. So basically the only reason I'm using Noctua is for the alt fire. And then I'm also proccing heat so that when I use Noctua during Word Warden, it still gives me a little buff. So still applying a little bit of heat. It's not the craziest power, but I'm thinking we might go into some conjunction survival because I need to kill enemies with Necramech. So I'll show you Felarx. We'll actually do the infinite ammo properly. So apologies to people in the future. I mean, Void Cascade should be the one apologizing because that mission, I fucking hate that mission. You saw it, dude. Yeah, I was like 4 rounds in and I didn't have a single galvanized buff. I was doing nothing but killing Thrax, and it burned all of my gun condition overload. Like, I've never wanted to fucking slam my forehead into the corner of a desk so bad. Like, I fucking hate that mission so much. So we're going to chill out. We're going to do some conjunction survival. I'm going to just summon my mech. What about Valkyr? She was my first favorite frame. Valkyr is getting a rework. Her exalted weapon is getting massively buffed. Shout out Shaolini for also dropping some likes. I see that. So Valkyr, the claws are getting access to arcanes, and they're also getting access to all of the Acolyte mods. So Valkyr claws are about to be insanely goated. So really, really fun combo for that. I have a really good time with that. So so far still chilling. Yeah, I guess we should play Warframe. I'll talk about the Cadus real quick. I already showed off the Felarx. I mean, it's just infinite ammo. Yeah, so this has built-in electricity on the heavy slam, so pretty decently powerful. And yes, basically the same setup, just bonk fluence. You've got the same amount of weeping wounds, the same galvanized elementalist. So you can see just a shit ton of status chance, proccing a lot of blast, proccing a lot of electricity, keeping melee influence active. But yeah, I think if we're lucky, we will get a conjunction Omnia, but I think no, only that. So, chat, for the first time in a long time, I am not playing an Omnia. I'm just straight up playing a normal fucking Steel Path mission. So, I mean, it's one of those weird ass streams. I mean, it was weird from the beginning when the stream started at fucking 3:15 p.m. You know, my streams are normally at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so definitely an oddball. But let's see if I can do this properly. I mean, the important thing to understand is that this mission will be a little bit harder because you'll have a lower enemy count, less spawns because of not playing an Omnia, but we'll play a bunch of Felarx and you'll see how it works. But yeah, if only I didn't get fucked over by your boy Void Cascade. Oh! Hey chat, I got a question for you. How do you play Dante? Do you just run around? No, you immediately, all you're doing is just casting Overguard. And like, sometimes, honestly, dude, I forget to cast every single ability except for the Overguard ability. It just... Like, call me the randomizer guy, that's a good judgment, but like, more than anything, I'm the fucking caveman who just fails to keep his abilities active. Oh, he didn't even mention, you know, I have Molt Augmented, but I also have Arcane Truculence, which is, it's creating that wave. So if you look on the ground, whenever I do Overguard, you'll see this like wave propagate across there. That wave, so that like pink wave is like a 30-meter status wave that gives everything 10 stacks of viral. I have to remember how to use Felarx. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm forgetting how this fucking weapon works, and I'm forgetting it's a swap weapon, and all I'm doing is swapping off it. But I need these enemies to come into the center if I'm actually going to play this properly. But we got that. We should have enough energy now to cast our buffs. So we'll do this, and then that'll get all our stuff going. And now we can actually use Felarx back. So yeah, you can see all you're really doing. You've got the infinite ammo while you're aim gliding, so you are just kind of like lining it up properly, and then yeah, you just straight up have infinite ammo. And then you swap off of it for this long, and it's fully reloaded. You can swap off of it for way less time, too. Like, if I wanted to, what I could do is just swap, and then, yeah, you see, being swapped for, like, a split second already reloaded one bullet. So it's an incredibly short amount of time that you need to be swapped for. But, yeah, this build is just so simple to understand in terms of, like, how you actually just play Dante that I have so much fun with just, like, when a Dante's in a squad. Like, Dante in general is just like such a fun friend, like so easy to play, and so like the level of Overguard that you can get from Dante is kind of unmatched, obviously as a team Overguard buff as well. But like, yeah, you have Stynex and Frost, which have Overguard as like a augment, and then you have Kullervo, which can only proc Overguard on himself. And then you have, whatchamacallit? You have, who else am I thinking of? I guess Rhino has Overguard, but yeah, those are the main ones, like the just straight Overguard. Like, Rhino's Overguard will always function a little bit different, but yeah, it's pretty fun. Alright, we need to refresh our buffs. Let's do that. Do this as well. Chill in. Okay, perfect. Looking good. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can see, like, this is why I have Vicious Spread on the Felarx, so it does just hit a shitload of enemies at once. It makes it so easy to just wipe crowds like this, so, you know, I appreciate it, yeah. God, it's so funny. the dude, I forgot his name already, but he was like, you know, have a primary for trash mobs, and then I was like, I wonder if this guy plays nothing but disruptions. I was like, yep, that's a disruptions vibe. Having the single target weapon and then the trash killer weapon, that's definitely some fucking disruptions type shit. Shout out Shy for saying hey, welcome in. Just chilling out. This is kind of a freebie afternoon stream. I'm going to be streaming again at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so in about 3 hours I will be live again. Once again on all platforms, but obviously if you're watching on TikTok, I'll be here on TikTok. So yeah, I mean, glad I actually got to show off the Felarx a little bit, but yeah, it's just so silly, man. Like, look at the damage. I wanted, God, I recently changed up my Kuva Dragoon build, and that was really fun to just be like, oh wow, shotguns kind of just fuck. Like, shotguns are so sick. And yeah, like the really fun thing that I love doing with like shotguns and weapons like that is I do love using hunter munitions, because obviously when you have that many pellets, it means that your status chance is kind of funky and can work in a little bit of a different way. So yeah, I love the idea that hunter munition just makes every pellet that procs crit, it just gives it 30% chance for stat or for slash proc. It's so much fun. So yeah, anyway, I think we're good. We can swap off the Felarx, but I actually have something better. Do I just summon this? Yeah, it's F4. Do I just summon him? Yeah. I have to get kills with Bone Widow. Can I swap? There you go. Jesus fucking Christ. Alright, Bone Widow. I need to keep somebody on my hand at all times. But I don't think I'll die. I think I can nuke these guys. Yeah, this Gonna be kind of a joke. I think I can potentially make this work. Let's see. Whoa, did you see that? Oh my god. In case you guys didn't catch that, the Thrax enemy was trying to absorb the weapon that's latched onto my hand. That's fucking hilarious. But yeah, the reason I'm using Bone Widow is because Bone Widow is fully invincible. The first ability for Bone Widow allows you to just skewer an enemy and then you'll just heal off of them. So when I used to spam Orphix like crazy, and yeah, you would get some crazy combos. So I gotta say, the Morga is really sick. I think I have a Necramech timer. Like, I have 60 seconds left on the Necramech, so I have to get as many kills as I can in 60 seconds. Let's see if I can land a good Morga shot, though. So this explodes after 12 meters, so you kind of just have to bounce it in the right area. Oh, let me stab somebody. That should full heal me. Yeah, that'll full heal me, so need to nuke this guy. It's funny, yeah, the Necramech moves so slowly that the Jade Light just stays locked onto you forever, so I do love the Morga. Let me see if I can land a good... Oh, I need to stab somebody. Let me see. I just want to land a decent shot. I want to hit him. There you go. That's some good damage. That's what you want to see. My companion will just die over and over because my companion is locked. Excuse me. It's locked to my Warframe and not my Necramech. So you can see, like, he's just going to hang out right next to me and then kind of get obliterated constantly. So a little unfortunate. But yeah, you can see that Corrupted Ancients still spawn. Obviously, they spawn way less than in other missions. But dude, I feel this. I need to hit this. Should I do some Iron Bride? I feel like I should do this. Oh, what the fuck? Oh, did it just... Oh, was the timer up? I think the timer just ended. What's the... Is the cooldown? Yeah, 5 minutes? Oh, you fucking bitch, dude. I don't even think I got that many kills. Oh, shit. Well, that's a little disappointing. I gotta... I guess I'll be playing for a while. I don't think... Maybe somebody deleted me. Maybe I got obliterated for a zillion damage, but... that might take a while. I might be here for quite a bit. I might try, whatchamacallit, Intrati Survival. I might see if that allows you to summon Necramechs for longer, because I'm pretty sure it would function similarly. I don't think it would be much more difficult or much harder. Yeah, I gotta say, man. 5-minute timer, that makes me sad, so maybe we'll leave at 10 minutes and see if... You getting off after this? Yeah, so I'm gonna have dinner. I'm gonna cut the stream and then I'll be live again. But I'll be here until at least 5, I would assume. I'm probably just gonna stream until dinner's ready and then I'll call it and then go eat and then I'll come back and do another round of streaming for you guys. So appreciate you guys stopping by. And, I mean, hope you guys are enjoying it. It's funny, like I immediately noticed that, you know, I'm talking differently and stuff like that. So kind of silly, but. Let's recast this, keep all my buffs active, and then we should be chilling. We've got an Acolyte to deal with. Come on, man. Where's my boy? Where's my boy? Violence. So it is violence. Pretty dangerous, but not the worst. Okay, safe. Chilling. All right, here we go. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like, in the end, survival will always be so chill. It'll always be my go-to. So much fun. So easy to play. Right, dude. It's just kills per second, KPM, whatever you want to call it. Like it's so like standard maybe isn't the right word, but you know, it's like a survival is a survival is a survival no matter where you're playing it. I will say when they released Hell Scrub, I love that mode. I think that's such a cool twist on survival. Just the fact that you have to like manage your survival points. Like you can see if you look in the top left, I have 6 survival tokens. Shout out Samurai X Kenshin for following. Appreciate that. But yeah, like normal survival missions are defined by like the mission doesn't really start until the pylons have spawned in every room. So you know you'll have like 2 to 3 spawn points in each room, and then you know once they all fill up, then when I pop a pylon in this room, then it'll just automatically respawn in this room, and then that means you never have to leave the room you're in. You never have to leave that room for the rest of the mission. So, you know, it's a fun mechanic. I like that idea that in Intrati it gets fucked up a little bit because there's a lot of rooms in Intrati that have a zillion. Why does no one ever use the tokens? Are you talking about Luathrax? Most of these tokens I just accumulate forever. I never really spend him on much stuff, but I need to kill these Felarx real quick. Chillin'. I need to kill this guy. Easy. Oh, I'm not even invisible. Oh my god. How am I alive? I'm not alive. Okay. This Battlist needs to die. Oh, he's over there. I can still snipe him though. Yep, there's the damage. Perfect. Okay, safe. And yeah, you can see that, like, in the end, I think what I've learned from doing enough Cascade is that it's not really, you know, like, the thing that makes survival difficult is the thing that makes any mission difficult, which is just having a lot of enemies and being surrounded by enemies. But the thing with the things that make Cascade difficult are so much weirder. Like, it is like, you know, it's not a completely different game, but it is just like a level of stress that you don't really ever see with another game mode. Like, even Void Flood is a little bit different, where you're just collecting orbs and then you're just fucking killing enemies. Like, it's super easy. Shout out Rainbow Fed, welcome in. Good to see ya, good to see ya. Yeah, we need to kill enemies with a Necramech, so we had a Void Cascade as the Omnia, so I decided I might as well do something a little different. I need to complete the Nightwave early because I do need to get AX52, so I can show that off to you guys. Void Cascade is the bane of my existence. Yeah, exactly. Like, the reason that Void Cascade sucks is, like, so much more than you could ever describe in the way that you describe any other mission. Like, and especially solo. Like, dude, there is no other mission in the game where your galvanized stacks straight up fucking decay. Like, that shit is so annoying. But it will always just be built into that game mode because you're more worried about killing Thrax and, like, clearing Exilizers than you are about killing trash mobs. And yeah, you're not worried about trash mobs until suddenly there's fucking 50 trash mobs on you. Oh, 17 seconds. Okay, we're chilling. Yeah, like, you're not worried about trash mobs, and then suddenly every enemy in the map is just standing on top of you, and then you get a double corrupted ancient spawn, and then you're like, wow, this is the fucking worst game mode in the world. I hate this game mode. And then you're like, please get me out of here. Why do I have to stream this game mode every once in a while? Why do I have to try and yap while I'm just getting my asshole just obliterated? I can't find my Kuvalich. None of the planets on my star chart are corrupted? Oh, what? There should be a little icon next to one of the planets, but yeah, I mean, have you already faced them? That's weird. I hate farming Deviri materials for incarnons when I run out. No, I feel that as well. I will say the nice thing about Deviri is that you can honestly just do like, what I do is I'll do the normal story, and then because it, you know, the amount of materials in the Deviri map is kind of set. So you just finish the story, get your Pathos clamps, and leave. And then you just kind of do that a couple times, and then you'll accumulate a bunch of Pathos clamps, which I think are pretty useful. Like, you can get some pretty good stuff, but no, the actual playing of it sucks ass. I totally feel that. I totally feel that. It's been like this for months now. Dude, I have no idea then. Dude, I feel like you might have to send a ticket out if that's the issue you're having. I'm like, that is awful, because yeah, I mean, I guess, does it mean you haven't lost any of your resources yet? Like, do they still steal stuff? Like, I bet, like, I guess what I'm getting at is, like, is that the only way you can... Oh, I'm gonna die. I need to keep my Necramech alive. I need to stab this guy. Oh, look at that. It spawned back here, so we are at max life support. We've accumulated all the life support. I'm gonna just make sure and keep grabbing these guys. Wait, did I just nuke everybody with throwing an enemy? Wait a minute, chat. I'm not liking this. I need to snag another dude. I need to dome these guys real quick. I'm actually going to pop this life support just to be safe. And then here's what I'll... Oh, I have a 44-second timer. I should probably try and kill this guy with the Morga. God, the Morga's the best. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh, do I live? I live. 2,000. Oh, my God. That's risky. Come on. Get a stab. Get a stab. Survive. Oh, there's 4,000 HP. Holy shit. Yup, I feel that. Stab again. Oh, and I died. Okay, unfortunate. Oh, the fucking Acolytes. Well, how many kills did I get? All right, well, we're out of here. It's 15 minutes. Oh, I guess we got the Acolyte kill. Did I get the Acolyte kill? Oh, oh no, it's right here. Never mind. We're chilling. Okay, we're safe. We did get the Acolyte kill, so I guess I'll just wait for 15 minutes to elapse and then we'll leave. And I'll see how good Intradi is. I don't know if it'll be good. Shout out Greedy for following. Appreciate that. They say Saturn Proxima. Oh, Oh, so Saturn Proxima is the Railjack mission. So that means you have to go to the Railjack menu and then go to the Saturn area, and that's the final confrontation. So that means, yeah, you've successfully Requiem stabbed them. So the only thing left to do now is complete the final showdown, and then you can actually get the weapon. So yeah, that's why they don't show up anywhere. They're in space right now. Is it easier if I'm on your Twitch or TikTok? I know it's difficult watching two chats. I can still read both chats, but if you are interested, I am trying to grow my Twitch channel. So if you are willing to, I do appreciate anybody who's willing to watch on Twitch. I'm still looking to hit affiliate on that. I still don't have 3 average viewers because, you know, I've been a YouTuber. I've streamed mostly on YouTube for a long time. So yeah, any support on Twitch is welcome. Yeah, of course, man. I'll hop on over. Yeah, my Twitch is below me. I don't have a link to my Twitch because the link in my profile is for my Discord. But yeah, you can get to my Twitch from my YouTube, or you can just type it in Twitch. So it is Amar J Joshi. That's right. My middle name is Jay, so it makes it very confusing for explaining to people. But yeah, I guess we'll do some Intrati survival and see. Oh, shout out Beefy. That's a sick username, BeefyFart82, and the alert worked. So now I just have to wait and see if it'll trigger a second time. Don't mind the name, twin. That's a gaming ass username. That's a fucking fire username. But let's do a quick swap. We'll go back in for some more Intrati. Appreciate it. Oh, it did repeat itself. Unfortunate. I guess I still haven't cracked the code on making it not repeat itself. So whatever. I'll see what else I can figure out. Ooh, the Alternox. Oh my god. Yeah, Vasto is never gonna move for a long time. So do a little bit of swapping. Let's see what we get. I think we're using Kreska. That's a fun one. I like that. What's your recommends for this week's Steel Pass circuit? Let's take a look. I keep this tab open in Warframe for a reason now. Let's see. This week is Burstin at the top, and then I would say probably Nami solo. Akin Brunt is the worst incarnate. I fucking hate the Akin Brunt. I will be 100% confident. So when you slide attack or when you do a jump attack, it shoots out an explosive glaive that staggers you. So if you do a slide attack, it just staggers you. It's so fucking annoying. This is like the worst week. The week 6 fucking sucks ass. Soma is pretty good. Vasto is pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, I was never picking Akin. Yeah, Akinbrod sucks ass. It's so bad. But yeah, Burstin is the best, and then Nami solo. So you could take these two. And then I would say Vasto and Soma, although, like I said, Vasto, not really one that I'm telling people. I'm not shouting from the rooftops to use that weapon. So, Kullervo is fucking goated. Oh, if I'm using Kullervo, I should be using a Bonkfluence. So the closest, oh my god, the closest Bonkfluence is Cero. So we got a Cero Kullervo combo. Did we get another Omnia? Did we get lucky? Oh, 130. Oh, there you go. There's an Intrati survival. There we go. I might just grab Burstin at tier 5 and leave the rest for the circuit. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Nami solo is very strong. But yeah, most, like, you know, the really strong incarnates because they shoot bullets and shit like that. But I do think Nami solo is still very good. But yeah. All right, back to my own stream. Have fun, cute. Yeah, appreciate it. Shout out Rainbow Fed. I don't know if you answered. I'm playing right now. But how do I get Goss? So Goss you get from disruption missions, which can be a little bit annoying. So kind of sucky to get. But yeah, I think Goss Prime definitely worth getting. But yeah, we should be all caught up there. Let's do a quick build breakdown. Only Archon Shard, of course. Effectiveness on Energy Orbs, just a classic setup. And yeah, it's basically just Prime Flow, efficiency, a shit ton of strength. I do have a stretch in here to buff Collective Curse a little bit, but I don't ever feel the need to use Collective Curse because, of course, Wrathful Advance with an absurdly high power strength is just broken. It's so fucking strong. Like, I really can't say anything negative about it. It's so fucking good, and you know, you gotta love it, man. So we are doing Ready Steel, so we have more initial combo for Bonkfluence. But yeah, in terms of like describing the setup, press 2, keep Wrathful Advance active, and then I do also have Roar, although it's only 38 seconds. Yeah, I run a distinguishedly meta loadout right now, but I'm MR13, so allow me, except I'm not as boring. No, that's what I mean. Is like, generally the way that I play is not practical for most people. You should be using meta loadouts. You should be using the top 10 strongest weapons in each category. I think Warframes are a little more gray area subjective. You know, it has more to do with playstyle, but really, like, when I'm showing a lot of these weapons, I'll try and point out, like, you know, we've talked about Kullervo. What are you really doing but spamming? Is Kullervo worth the time farming? I know he's meant to be nuts, but I swear he's low-key. Yeah, no, Kullervo is awful. What I say is, like, it's very similar where you just do the Deviri experience when it's during the right cycle, and you will just you'll just be able to fight him whenever you want. So you'll have a guaranteed Kullervo spawn, so you can farm it a little more easily. But I do think he's like, I'm always a struggle to say, is something worth it? Because generally I like every frame. Like, I'll tell you guys right now, I fucking hate Limbo. I will never spend the amount of time that I need to figure out how to play Limbo properly. So Limbo, Ivara, those are the main frames that I don't play. But other than that, basically every frame in the game is a frame that I would say is worth using. Now, the issue comes into what is your play style. Kullervo gives a very broken buff, so it's very easy to understand. I am using Roar, which is, of course, a universal faction damage mod. So for a guy that never uses faction damage mod, Roar is extremely valuable because it will just be, you know, a separate damage multiplier. But yeah, Alternox, a great example of an Amar weapon, a weapon that's not really something I'm telling anyone to use. But I used it for long enough, and I made it work decent enough that I can actually try it. So, yeah, the way that this weapon works, obviously it has a Riven, needs a Riven to even function, but once again, not worth using for normal people. This Riven is criminal. And yeah, the basic gist of this is that it is a ball, so it's a full auto. It shoots a bunch of orbs. They have infinite body punch through with a lot of status. So all I'm doing is buffing the damage of the blast procs that I'm getting. Pretty low crit chance, but you can still kind of maximize it. Yeah, as much as people tell me every frame can run level cap, and I understand I can take basically any loadout and I want to whatever level I want, yeah. I just don't understand the appeal of Oberon to level cap. No, and that's what I mean is like, Oberon is a great example. You'll hear most of the community just say Oberon needs a rework. And, you know, I'll be the guy who's like, I fucking love Oberon. I think he has some of the strongest support in the game. You can also make him a straight up DPS monster. You can give him Roar. You can make him full strip armor. You can make him do damage over time, like big AoE type damage. So, you know, like Oberon, yeah, not really built for level cap. You can take them to level cap, but it's mostly you're relying on the weapons at that point. So I totally get that mentality that, yeah, there are certain setups that just don't work well. I never use the alt fire on Alternox. I don't fucking need it, but yeah, it's just shooting a bunch of orbs down a hallway and they all proc a bunch of blast. Shout out Ra for joining in and saying hi and also following. Appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. I mean, I guess we have an Intrati survival, so we're pretty lucky there. But yeah, we gotta keep moving. I talked about Vasto already. Let's do Cero. Just a wild guess. I'm gonna go out on a limb here. Yeah, go for it. Is Amar your favorite Arcana? It kind of has to be, right? I mean, Rebecca has a line for me. Like Rebecca gave me a line for me to use in my stream. Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm Archon Amar. I am Archon Amar. Like, what else can you say, man? Can you join you? Yeah. If you want to join in some Intrati survival Omnias, that's what we're going to be running. I mean, just look at the damage on this shit. Boreal's Contempt with Weeping Wounds and Prime Pressure Point. And also built-in electricity on the Heavy Slam with the classic Bonk Fluence setup. You are getting maxed out numbers. This shit does a zillion damage. So, oh yeah, Kullervo is also giving me 90% heavy attack efficiency. So yeah, my username is above my head. So I will be streaming a little bit longer. So if you can snag me early enough, then I can get you involved. But we've done the builds. We're good to talk. We've talked about everything. But yeah, I've always said, I feel like I have to, well, I don't have to. I enjoy being a content creator for Warframe. Assassin. If it wasn't late for me and I didn't have classes tomorrow, I would join up. Yeah, I appreciate it. If I could handle it, that is, yeah. That is the other nice thing is like, you know, you'll have your level cappers, but in the end, Mirage, Torrid, Merchant. That's a classic setup. Like Mirage and Torrid Incarnon is iconic for a region. Shout out Zay for following on TikTok. I appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. Yeah, so you've got the opportunity. My username is above my head, so you can send me a friend request. But yeah, let's see if we can kill enough enemies. Let's see if we can do an Intrati survival. But I do just want to see how long the Necramech timer is there. Oh, nice. Quick. I love it. Sick. We'll accept that friend request. And then I can go into friends and snag my boy. We'll send a little talk. We'll go to invite only. We will send you an invite. And there you go, chat. That's how you get it done. That's how you act like a real gamer. Receive the invitation. Perfect. Excellent. Appreciate the speed on that rolling guard spam. Yeah, appreciate it. I know I'm finished. Yeah, I literally can't play rolling guard because I roll way too much. And so I always have it active when I don't want it to be. If enemies don't die to my Mirage Torrid within less than a second, I know I'm cooked. Yeah, no, and that's what I mean is like, that's part of the reason that I think Eclipse sucks like so much as a Helminth is because on Mirage, with the amount of power strength that you get from Mirage, it gets reduced by so much. I just got done with Confront Captain Vor. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. No, that's Samurai Kenshin. Okay, that's sorry. Different person. Okay, I need to spend a bunch of glaive relics. Let's burn some of these relics, get these all maxed out, and then we'll get moving. Yeah, an Intrati survival is kind of a joke, but I don't know. We'll see if I can compete on kills. There may be a moment where my boy Rara is doing too much now. Nah, bro got everything in the game. Yeah, I actually own every weapon in the game. Well, I own the best variant of every weapon in the game. And I at least have like a build on every weapon in the game. Granted, I have a lot of builds that are missing like fucking 3 or 4 forma, but it's like the Viper Wraith. So it's the worst, shittiest weapon you've ever seen. So there's a lot of pistols I still have to go through and put builds on and like get them ready for circuit and shit like that. But generally, yeah, I can pretty confidently tell you whether something is worthy. Carry me to MR6. You're MR6? Wait, are we gonna be able to do Intrati survival? I don't think we can do Intrati survival. I need to kill with Necramech. If you're that early in the game, I'm MR5. Wait. Wait, we definitely can't. I definitely can't help you then. I need to kill shit with Necramech, dude. I've got shit to grind. I do carry occasionally. I could probably do it off camera. What do you need to finish? What are you currently working on? Because obviously you don't have Steel Path Omnias unlocked. That's pretty clear. Which means you probably don't have normal Intrati unlocked either. Yeah, I only got Rolling Guard recently for my Mirage build, and I need to sit and drill it into my brain that I can't just roll everywhere. Yeah, I feel it. My star chart. Okay, yeah. So let's see how quick we can do it then. So, unfortunate, we have to burn through a bunch of fucking star chart missions. Wait, you can't choose the mission. Wait, so you would have to be host, and then you would have to just decide which mission we're playing. So I would have to leave, you would have to invite me, and then we would have to do it that way. So I'll do a couple rounds, we'll complete some Star Chart missions with you, but unfortunately, that's not exactly, I'm MR16. How do I become OP in Steel Path? So what I always tell people is that the start of the game is mostly about the mods that you have, but getting into Steel Path is more about the weapons that you have. So the weapons that I point out are usually like Nadaruk, which you get from the new war, is very strong. I think the normal Excellitra is very strong. I think the Excellitra Prime is very strong, but you know, the primes are pretty high. So generally I would say, like, if you can get yourself the Nadaruk, if you can get yourself Galvanized Diffusion, then it's pretty much chilling from there. Shout out Faela for following on Twitch. Appreciate it. Love my Twitch audience. You can wait and you'll hear the notification play a second time. So, all right, the mission started. Was wondering how you handle surviving without rolling guard. Generally, it's double shield regen, so I'll use fast deflection and vigilante vigor. And then a lot of times what I also have is a little bit of squish factor for like some kind of damage reduction or some kind of health or armor or something. But I also have Magus Repair on my operator. So what I generally play as is like I have a split second to take health damage to then be able to do that. My frame cabinet is kind of stale right now, but I'm on my way to eventually at some point when the time comes, maybe, possibly, probably won't start farming the frame. So no, what I always tell people is get to a point, like, play through as much of the game. When do you unlock Steel Path? You unlock Steel Path after you've completed every mission in the game, which means you have to complete the new war, you have to complete Whispers in the Wall, you have to complete the Hex, which unlocks 1999. So you have a shit ton of content, and I can tell you right now, Rara, you are not prepared for the Steel Path. Completing the new war will get you access to the Nada Rook. I have a video on my YouTube page that I just did yesterday, talking about it's the top 20 strongest rifles in the game, and number 4 is the Nada Rook. You get that from New War. I've tended to struggle with shield regen TBH. What does Magus Repair do? So basically, Magus Repair, when you're in void form, you have like a 15-meter percentage-based heal. So it heals 25% health per second, and that just means you have to stay into void form. I generally like it more than Magus Elevate. The other important thing with having double shield regen is that I do also use Arcane Aegis quite a bit, and the power of Arcane Aegis is that most of the time, the way I think about it is you have a 3% chance to proc whenever your shield breaks, because most of the time you're not really... Your shields aren't getting shot multiple times. You're getting shot once. Your shield is breaking. When you have fast deflection and vigilante vigor, then the shield recharge time is only 0.2 seconds. So, you know, the basic mechanic is that if you have less than 53 shields, then you have the minimum shield gate time. It's like 0.5 seconds. It's really short. But if you can get anywhere over 53 shields, then even with just fast deflection, your shields will recharge fine. So I think the way that I think about it is I have a baseline. So when you have fast deflection and you have about 595 or basically 600 shields, then you'll be regenning like about 80 shields a second. So if you can not get hit, so if you can, you know, tank, if you can get hit and then allow your shields to regen for like 1 second, then you're fine. So you can have this gray area where you can still get shot a bunch and have your shield break, your shield guard or your shield gate break a whole bunch and still survive. But what I've said is like I'm trying my best to, you know, if my shield gate is broken, that I should be acting accordingly and should not be taking further damage on top of my shield gate. Now, the unfortunate thing is that when your shield gate is breaking, it does mean that you are getting tanked and you're getting fucking obliterated for a zillion damage, so that does suck. But I don't think I'll be swapping my builds, just because if we are doing star chart missions, then you should just choose the next mission. I don't want to fucking swap my shit. That'll take way too much. I don't want to explain the build, so we'll chill on Kullervo for a while. These are quick missions too, so... How about I burn you through Phobos? We'll finish out all of Phobos and see how long that takes us, but... Yeah, in the end, like... I enjoy being able to complete my dailies, complete my weeklies, do Omnias on stream, but by no means am I going to say no to you guys if you guys need help. Like, you saw it where I was like, I don't want, but I was like, okay, don't be a fucking asshole, just fucking play the game. So we'll see if we'll see how long Phobos takes, and then if we have time, we can go from there. But yeah, I would say, completing the new war is important, so depending on where you're at, let's see what Rara's got. Tetra, Angstrom, and Ankaro. So Rara has a signaturely dog shit loadout. I hate to say it, man. Rara, you need to complete a quest called the Deadlock Protocol. The Deadlock Protocol you unlock after completing, once you unlock the Saturn junction, going from Jupiter to Saturn. What is my MR? I am max MR. I am legendary rank 4. I am not a founder. I was 13 years old when the founder pack came out. But yeah, I am maximum MR. I also own every weapon in the game. But yeah, so Rara, your goal, see if you have the Deadlock Protocol unlocked. If you do have it unlocked, complete that quest, unlock the Zorus, and then you're going to want to put on Fury for melee attack speed, and you're going to want to kill Lieutenant Let Krill. And that guy is going to give you a mod called Killing Blow, which is going to speed up the charge time on the Zorus, because of course the Zorus is a thrown explosive melee. So the way that it works is that you bullet jump into the air, you will charge up, you'll just hold down melee button, and there will be like this circle that'll spin and it'll charge up, and then you'll throw out your glaive, you'll click the heavy attack button, and it'll detonate the glaive, and it'll do a guaranteed electric proc. And for most of the early part of the game, it's kind of a joke. So yeah, load up the next mission. I'm not changing anything. Oh, it's a capture. Yes, it's a capture. Hello, this is a question I've been asking Warframe. Ureli is my favorite Warframe. Should I build her? I think so. Some people may say she needs a rework. I'm a bubble fan. I love spamming bubbles. I missed Mr. Music. Mr. Music Canada, shout out my Canadian viewers. Legendary rank 2 here, appreciate that. 9 years in Warframe. I started playing Warframe about 2018, basically during Plains of Eidolon. You know, when they did their Tenocon reveal for Plains of Eidolon, that's when I was like, holy sh... You know, it was 2018, I was just out of high school, I was going into college, and I was like, oh my god, Warframe looks really fun. I remember this game, and then I've been grinding ever since. Even though I technically finished the game at MR13, I have a depressingly large amount of standing on different groups to farm, aka Little Duck. Yeah, dude. Little Duck standing. I don't wish that farm on anybody. I'm so glad that I'm done. I even did a YouTube series. I did a YouTube series called Speedrunning the New War, where I started a fresh character. Shout out Roulette for following, but yeah. I don't think I told you what Ureli's build is, but I'm kind of all over the place. But yeah, I did a series called Speedrunning the New War on my YouTube channel, where I literally started a fresh character and I played through the entire game. They made it a lot easier, so that YouTube series is kind of useless. Most of it is useful, but you don't need an OP weapon. You can literally just use the Zorus and probably like solo the entire game. You can complete the New War with like the Paris and the Zorus, and that's it. Like, I'm doing a series as well in terms of shorts. That's all like, you know, really basic 3-minute guides about like, okay, here's Vor's Prize in 3 minutes. Here's a basic modding guide in 3 minutes. And these are on TikTok. These are on YouTube Shorts. So I try to put them everywhere. Thank you so much for 1,000 likes on TikTok as well. I need to drink water. But yeah, Ureli, all I do is spam bubbles at this point. Ureli's bubbles have some of the highest damage vulnerability at base. It's like 200% at base. It's fucking criminal. I'm going to get some water and then we'll continue yapping. Monolith is a rescue? Rescue! I was right! That's crazy. Yeah, so bubbles are goated. The Aqua Blades are also pretty good with the bubbles if you combo it like that. Why people hate on her so much though? Bro, that is a psychology question that you could write 1,000 books on. Like the Oberon hate, the fucking Ureli. God, okay, so there's a guy on TikTok that I will actually be like, this guy's fucking, you know, I'll just say my opinion on him, which is not a good opinion. There's a guy who all his entire channel is just it's like these AI replacement videos. So it's like an AI replacement of a dude dancing, but it's like Ureli's skin over it, and it'll be like, yes, I'm a Ureli main, yes, I don't exist, yes, she needs a rework. Like, it's this fucking, he's just telling on himself. He's just saying that he just, you know, when he did the Oberon build, I was like, oh my god, you know, like, it's the hate, bro. Like, yeah, if you've seen that, he gets views because obviously it's like super inflammatory content, but like, yeah, I get like, yeah, it's so fucking annoying. And it's like these AI dancing, you know, it's like the, I forget which talk show it is, but they do this like, they do this little dance intro where the person will like dance down a hallway, and so it's like a fucking, yes, I'm a Goss main, yes, I'm the most goated, and it's just like the most predictable. Like, when I talk about like like hype beast is the wrong word, but like literally like hive mind, meme brained type shit where like, dude, I've gotten enough comments in my day that you start to realize that when you see a lot of hate on a frame, generally it's like people who want to write a frame off. Like they don't like the frame right away, and so they'll come up with the justifications for why they don't like the frame. Like Warframe community is like the best for speaking as if the subjectivity doesn't exist. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Like this I don't interact with a lot of other communities. Roguelikes can kind of be like this as well, but bro, you'll get so many people in this community that just act like subjectivity doesn't exist. Like instead of saying I don't like something, they will say it's objectively bad. Like they'll use the word objectively as if it has any relevant context. And I'm like, oh my God. Like it's like inflammatory is a word, but it's mostly just like, okay guys, we get it. Like chill out. You know what I mean? Like yes, I'm an Oberon main. Yes, I'm the GOAT of status immunity. Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. Like, like, yeah, there are probably better frames. Appreciate Raw for dropping some likes, getting me to 2,000 likes on TikTok. Thank you. Like, I'll still make a tier list and say X frames are better than other frames, but by no means do I ever think a frame is like bad or like, you know, I'm never really the guy who says a frame needs a rework, because in the end, like, I've played enough video games to be able to change my playstyle and adapt to different situations. Sorry, I'm burping like crazy. And in the end, like, what you realize is that if people were just confident enough to say I don't like a frame instead of this frame is bad or like needs a I'm like, it's okay, dude. You don't have to think every frame is good. You don't have to want to play every frame. But in the end, like, you can still make a lot of frames work. And people, you know, what I notice is that I try to ask questions about what the build, like what they want out of a frame, because that's when you start to realize like, oh, the Warframe community is full of a bunch of fucking ability spam nukers. It's full of a bunch of single target DPS fuckers. Like, just a bunch of people who play in a very specific way. And so if a frame or a weapon or a frame and a weapon doesn't fit their specific playstyle, then that's when you start to see this frame is bad, this frame needs a rework. That's what I've noticed is like, if you ask, okay, what kind of build did you put together on Oberon? What were you looking for? Like, generally you'd be like, okay, I've learned all that I need to know. I can infer information about this person and kind of go like that. So, I mean, like, you know, the videos that I'm mentioning on TikTok, they are popular. They get views for a reason because there are lots of commenters. I will say, you know, I'm very thankful that I don't have any like rage comments or any hate comments on my tier list. People use the word rage bait, but the word bait is in there a reason, because if you're getting fucking baited by rage bait, then you're a fish, bro. Like, you're straight up a fucking animal, and you just have the impulse to go into somebody's comment section and be like, this guy's a fucking loser. This guy thinks Oberon sucks. Like, I hate to say it, they baited you. Yeah, you're a fish. It's called bait for a reason, because if you take the bait, you're a fucking fish. They go for the lowest common denominator. Yeah, exactly. Like, you say the thing that will get the most people to comment, and then that's how you get more views. Like, I hate to say it, man. Like, be above the content. Like, people will always have their impulses to leave comments, but that's what I've noticed is like, it is very much an impulse for a lot of people. Like, I've gotten a lot more comfortable about just like straight up deleting comments, because I'm like, dude, you thought about it for 5 seconds, you left the comment, and then you left the video, and you will never return. So if I delete the comment, you don't care. You left the comment. You got the thing you wanted. You got to tell me I suck at Warframe, and then you get to move on and never know that your comment no longer exists. So that's kind of that was like the realization is like 90% of commenters, like, as long as you don't respond to them, they're just, you know, they had a reaction, they reacted, and then they fucking moved on with their life. So move on with your life as well. I do need to do Serious Junction real quick. Appreciate it. Well, good. Here, I'll boot you out. Yeah, if you have that unlocked, that's good. I feel like Nyx is a great example. Even though the rework was great for Nyx, I genuinely wouldn't hear anything else other than rework Nyx beforehand. Yeah. I do think Nyx was like one of my less beloved frames. My Nyx setup was pretty boring. It was a lot of survivability. It was mostly just keeping the 4 active. So what I'll always tell people is like, I noticed this thing where when I tell people that I don't think a frame needs a rework, then when a rework comes, people are like, you know, they're like, oh, do you have a problem? I'm like, no, all reworks are good, right? If a rework happens and it's well received, then that's good. I'm never going to say that it didn't need a rework, but I'm also going to say that I was fine playing a frame before a rework, right? That's what I mean. How do I get a legendary fusion core? Those are extremely rare. You can get those from like sorties and stuff like that. But they're so, you'll never get any of them. What made me want to play Nyx was all the bad talk. Yeah, ended up loving. Yeah, exactly what I mean. Like, you'll just get fucking, like, what I notice is that when the community doesn't like a specific frame, it's usually for a pretty predictable reason. And like when you see a lot of hate about a specific frame, then you can infer things about that frame, about why people might not like it. And then you get to learn things about the community as a hive mind. Like all the people that are screaming and shouting about this frame needs a rework, this frame needs a rework, you'll notice similarities, and then you'll start to see like, oh, the Warframe community is an ability spamming community. If they have DPS abilities, they want them to all map wipe. They want to just delete everything. You know, people don't really like grouping abilities that much. Like there's some pretty basic changes that you can make that are, yeah. What's a sortie? Sorry, a little new to the game. So sorties are unlocked after the War Within. So it's a kind of a late game mission. The hardest level missions will be level 100, so it's pretty difficult. I've been planning on farming her prime, but that Orokin Derelict shit is mind-numbing. Oh, is that where you get it from? Is it just always available? What do legendary cores even do? I've never gotten one. So a legendary core will max rank any mod. So yeah, instead of spending 40,000 endo, you just put a single legendary core in there. It's extremely rare. I got one. Everyone got one for free from like a time limited event. But yeah, I mean, God, that was a good era. I got some good viewership off of just making a video about what a legendary core is and what it does. So I've been thinking about making more of those videos. I think when Techrot Encore comes around, I'm gonna write a bunch of scripts, and I might potentially do a bunch of Exalted builds, and I want to see like what kind of stuff has changed. But I think the main thing that I want to cover is going to be the Exalted reworks, and we'll do builds about, you know, Excalibur and Ash and all this different stuff. So I'm excited. I'm planning on putting out a lot more videos for that. I need to do more missions, lol. I need to. Oh no, I feel it. This game. What I've always told people is, get used to logging in more often versus playing a lot. Like what can definitely happen is that you're farming for one thing in particular and you just spam like crazy. Yeah, Nyx and Valkyrie Prime relics are permanently unvaulted as they're in the Railjack Orokin Derelict missions, but they're not a guaranteed drop from the hack, and the hack console spawning isn't even guaranteed either. That sounds fucking awful. That sounds like a major burden. Yeah, somebody mentioned, yeah, they were like, Valkyrie is technically unvaulted, but I'm like, I would not wish that grind on anybody. What's the fastest way to get Vein Thorns? I did it through the Abyssal Zone. That's it. That's the only way to get Vein Thorns. Vein Thorns is a unique drop from the Abyssal Zone missions. And so you'll only get it there. Shout out Jelly Jiggler SU. That's a fucking sick username. Appreciate everybody watching on Twitch. I mean, you guys are convincing me that I should be doing more of these afternoon streams, because yeah, I mean, I'm trying to grow my viewership on Twitch, so I appreciate everybody for stopping by, and obviously everybody on TikTok too. We've got a ton of people talking, so I really appreciate it. Got a relic, but there is not a single soul who runs Nyx rat shares. No, I feel that. I feel that for sure. But yeah, to this day I cannot figure out why my Twitch alerts and my YouTube alerts do a duplicate audio thing, so apologies for the weirdness, but thank you for joining, and I'm glad that the alerts are working and I can read them on time and shit. You ever use the hacking MOA with Master Summon ability? That's genius. I did see, I don't remember who it was, but she was putting out some videos about that, and I was loving her content. She was like so nice, and I don't remember what the content creator's name was, but I did see that and I was like, that's fucking genius. I love that. And yeah, when she explained it, is this earlier or later? This is earlier. So normally I stream at 7 p.m. Pacific time, so I would be live again, or I will be live again in 2 hours. So yeah, that's about it. Is that all you got for me, Rara? Are we done here? Hey bro, I just started Warframe. What weapon should I focus on getting early on? So really, 12 a.m. already. Oh my god, dude. Wait, 12 a.m. So you're 7 hours ahead. Oh, time zones just changed. Wait, so are you on west coast of Europe then? Is that how because we just had daylight savings time. So I think now Scotland, yo, Scotland forever. I fucking love all my all my Scottish viewers. I love you guys. You guys are the goats. I gotta visit the UK. Oh, we gotta get you in for more. Okay, perfect. Can you just go Wisp before you go? Yep, absolutely. Oh, wanted to make sure I didn't spill on my laptop. Yeah, we can show off. We can show off Wisp. Yeah. I need to visit the UK. I need to visit all the UK. But here's what I've been thinking. I feel like all of the UK deserves its own trip. Like, if you're gonna go to Britain, if you're gonna go to like England, you know, go to London, go to all the, you know, whatever, Canberra, I don't fucking know. But then, bro, go to Scotland separately and go to Ireland separately. Go to all the UK countries separately so you can explore them separately. Because like, to go from like London to like fucking is Edinburgh, is that in Ireland? Yeah, there's like Edinburgh, and I'm not as good with European geography. You know, I can do a little bit of Australian, but yeah, that's a place I need to visit. See, I'll be a bit biased and say Scotland is probably the most beautiful. Yeah, no, that's what I mean, is like when you're going to Scotland, it's completely different. Edinburgh, Glasgow, Scottish. Okay, I got you. Okay, Dublin is our. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I get really confused with all of the UK. I like when we're eating dinner, we always end up talking about that and like geography and shit. I don't know. I guess I'm just fucking boomer code. Anyway, Wisp. You needed to see Wisp. Where's Wisp? Right here. Wisp. 4 Tau Forge Reds. Not necessary. This is just pure strength, and that's it. Bro, how do I get out of that room and back on my ship? Oh yeah, I can show you that. So this is purely just adaptation, Arcane Guardian, and then the Wisp buff is giving me 121 health regen per second. But yeah, it's purely just Roar with the Wisp modes, and I am going to put the new augment on. So to get out of this room, you're going to go over to navigation, and then the same way you get out of Call's camp, you go to Earth, and then you click on the orbiter, and this will set your operations back to the orbiter. Sorry, I'm fucking burping like crazy, but yeah. Shout out my UK lovers, or my UK viewers, but yeah, I've always wanted. I hope that one day I'm successful enough that I can like visit Dublin and like visit Edinburgh, like do a UK tour of like a live show, you know, with my homies and shit. I'll be honest, you're one of the first Americans to pronounce Glasgow right. They'll always say Glasgow and not Glasgow. Oh, I got you. I see. Yeah, I mean, I will say, yeah, like understanding UK pronunciations is so interesting. Oh, we got your Ellie. Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, appreciate it. What else am I missing? Yeah, no, there's the only way to get a Vein Thorns is from Abyssal Zone. Yeah, you've said that a couple times now, but there's no other way to get Abyssal Zone. Come a tour, I'll show you right. Yup. No, I think that would be sick. I do have, like, yeah, it's America's #1, and then UK's #2, and then Canada's #3. So that's my ranking in terms of viewership from YouTube. So let's randomize real quick, and then we'll get Rah back in here. Yep, looking good. Still sparing Vasto. All right. You sent me an invite already? All right. But I only get 6 is what I'm... Oh, you get more from Steel Path, potentially, but that would be the only way to get more of a resource. You'd probably be cooking... You could trying to understand me. I'll be honest, I'm a Scotch isn't super thick, but I'm just an unclear speaker. No, but I'll figure it out. You can see I'm not the best. I'm not the best linguist as well, but yeah, generally the only way to get more of a resource is to play it on Steel Path. So, are we getting Rara in? I don't see Rara in chat anymore. So, Rara, if you're there, we'll get you involved. Otherwise, we'll play some fucking Intrati survival. Do we still have that Omnia active? No, it's back to Void Cascade. I fucking hate this game. Yeah, I guess we'll do some normal Intrati survival and see if we have enough time. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm having a good time. I appreciate all the viewership. I had a feeling that a lot of streamers are all live, you know, in the same time that I'm streaming. So I kind of had a feeling that I should be streaming at other times as well. So I'm very appreciative that my point has kind of been proven. So I think it'll be time for some Intrati survival. I don't see Rara. So what? This is still active? Oh. Well, I guess there you go. Let's do some Necramechs and see how long that Necramech is active for. Because I'm pretty sure it's still going to be the same timer. It might be a little bit different. All a bit confusing, but basically if I catch your stream and it's a weekend, I'd be down to run some. Yup. I do think I should be doing some more weekend streams. Currently, I don't really do weekend streams. I try to take the weekends off because I do a lot of editing over the weekend. That's when I put together my scripted videos. But yeah, I mean, I have been thinking that, you know, there will probably come a point where you'll see me doing some weekend streams. So, you know, appreciate it. And obviously, I appreciate all the viewership on Twitch because, you know, I love my YouTube viewers, but I'm glad to grow on all platforms. And you know, what I have noticed is that, you know, the Twitch audience, you know, is very, very generous, I guess is the word that I would use. You know, a couple of my friends are streamers now, and yeah, they just got into streaming, and to see, like, you know, how successful they've been, and they do really awesome content, really unique and exciting. So it's cool to see that, like, you know, you can get some really fun engagement. Just have people who are just having a good time. Where's my fucking mech? Where is he? Where is he, you son of a bitch? Where did he spawn? I thought he... Oh, he's there. Okay, we're chilling. I'm just a little impatient. I don't know if there's a timer on this guy or I can just keep it active forever. If I can, then I'm just going to get 300 kills and then we'll be chilling. All right, looking good so far. Let's see. Is it a timer? I don't think it's a timer. I think I just have it active forever. Oh, without getting destroyed? Oh, you fuck. Oh, because I died. Oh. Well, I guess I'm keeping something on my claw the entire time then. All right. 300 kills. Let's see if I get nuked. I don't know if Steel Path Omnias is too hard for this. Okay, nice. Come on, snag somebody. Just stay alive, I think, is the only thing I need. But yeah, I think I can just keep this active forever. So we can do some Morga spamming, which is always fun. Morga's the GOAT. But what I will say is, like, Morga is only really the GOAT if you have infinite ammo. Because if you're, like, using this in your operator, or in your Warframe, you have, like, a tiny... You have, like, 2 mags, and that's, like, 3 mags or something. It's kind of awful how they treat you. Alright, still doing good. I may summon Iron Bride, potentially, but I think the Morga probably does more damage. You get a little bounce. Oh! Gaming. So, Morga is... Oh, that was a big damage hit. That was straight up just an AoE from killing a Culverine. So, a little bit dangerous, but I think I can still survive. Keep moving. Looking good so far. But yeah, so the Morga, the grenade actually detonates after traveling a certain distance. So bouncing is not a bad idea because it does mean that you're not moving it further horizontally, but it's still traveling a little extra distance. So you can kind of line it up pretty interestingly. Oh god, I do not want to grab the fucking leg, dude. That's the wrong choice. Let's snag this guy, but... Yeah, this is kind of all I do. Like, I just have Bone Widow, and I can just continuously stab enemies to full heal myself. So I think I can potentially land this shot, and it'll be a good... Yeah, that's a good one. Woo! God, it's fun. It's been a while since I played a Necramech, but I'm glad that my build is kind of set as it is, and I set up my my Necramechs a long time ago, and I just got them ready. Apparently, I'm really weak against those dudes, so... Oh, I need to be careful. Snag? Snag, yes, there you go. Is this gonna nuke? Oh, I don't know. Do I have really high status? I don't think I have that high status. So I think, honestly... Oh, can I grab? Oh, I can't grab. Oh, my God. I think, honestly, it's just gonna be the Corrupted Ancients are gonna be the most dangerous for this guy. Obviously, you kind of saw, because of the overguard that they have, Viral, Fire, and Blast are not really going to do crazy amounts of damage towards it, so that is going to suck a little bit. I think I can land this and do pretty well. Let's see. Oh, was that a heavy slam off of the mech melee? That's pretty sick. 180 kills. I love that. Looking good so far. Oh, you doing Necramech Nightway? Yup. I got classes on weekdays and work weekends, but I still got to stay on that Warframe grind. No, I feel that shit, dude. Warframe, everybody's second job. Oh, yeah. But this is fun. Like, I'm glad to see that you can still technically take your mech and your art gun into Steel Path Omnias and still play fine. Yeah, that's totally fair, man. Just for me personally, that's when I'll be able to run some whenever I'm lucky enough to catch your stream on a weekend. Yup. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is, like, as I grow, I've started to realize that you do kind of have to burn yourself at both ends to start off with. Like, what I will say is, like, I'm still definitely a growing content creator. Like, I have good subscriber numbers and follower numbers on TikTok, but I'm still definitely growing. You know, I don't really have the same income as somebody like Thacker. Like, Thacker gets crazy views. He has so many people watching on Twitch. So, like, there will come a point where it'll kind of crest. Probably work more Warframe hours a week than work hours. No, that's the truth, dude. And, you know, it's fun, but it still has that grind. But, no, there will come a point where, you know, I'm trying to grind as much as I can to kind of crest that wave. Because, yeah, there will come a point where I will get, you know, the promotion will come the more that I'm streaming. So you'll start to see it snowball, and eventually you may see me streaming a lot. That will probably come more so when I'm living in my own place. Like, currently I'm living with my parents, so, you know, I have to stop the stream to eat dinner. I kind of cut the stream so I can take a break and, you know, eat dinner and do some other stuff. But, you know, generally my goal is that, yeah, I can have as much time to myself as I can so that you can just get more Warframe, more content. Obviously, like, oh, don't fucking die. Don't die to Torment right now, I swear to God. Can I just kill him? I can. Just does enough damage to kill him, but yeah, like, I'm slowly working towards being able to just stream more. Oh, is it mech v mech? Oh, fuck yeah, it's mech v mech. Oh, I'm dead. Never mind. Well, you saw how that went. 3 mines from the Void Rig just nuked me for my entire HP over, but I did kill all of them, I think, right at the last second, so I think we succeeded. I think we completed that Nightwave, right? We completed it. Yes, okay. If we died at fucking 290 kills, I would have cried. I would have been so sad. But we saved it. I need to nuke this guy real quick. Okay, I've got my buffs. No energy. Can I do this? I have no idea. Let me see if I can just death by void strike all these guys. Yeah, there you go. What a fucking joke. Yeah, like, you don't have any buffs on your weapon. Well, I guess I have to use the operator. Oh, I'm frozen and I'm dead. Oh my God. So I got time slowed, and then I got staggered, and then so suddenly my stagger animation takes 50 years to get out of, and then I'm just dead instantly. Shout out Alex Perez for following on YouTube. I appreciate it. Welcome in. Yeah, I should mention yesterday's stream on YouTube was the first in a long series of weekly tier lists. So we're going to be doing tier lists every Monday. Yesterday we did S tier primaries, but it's really just, you know, top 20 primaries in Warframe. Next week we're going to do A tier, so we're going to do the next 20, and that's still not even covering like 30 weapons or something. This mech needs to fucking die. Also, I need to pop this, or I'm gonna fail. Am I just gonna die? Yeah, there's the duplicate audio alert, so I still have to track down where that duplicate audio alert comes from, but I think it only happens when I'm live. Like if I do a test when I'm not live, then it doesn't show up. But yeah, currently I still have no idea where that phantom bonus alert comes from, but it seems to only happen when I'm actually live, so it becomes a little annoying to test. 650. Yeah. Come on, I gotta get my kills up, bro. I gotta actually play this game. Throw down a bunch of bubbles. I gotta throw down way more bubbles than this. Ureli is just bubble central. Also breach surge central, so a couple things you can keep active, but not too crazy to worry about. Alright, doing better, but yeah, that was sick. I mean, it's good to like return to mechs. I don't often get to do that, especially not on stream, so it's definitely super fun. Yeah, I mean, still looking good. I guess what time is it? 5:15. We've been going for 2 hours, so I should have more time. I was thinking I might just go until I have to stop for dinner. But yeah, I think we should just get her done. I guess it's Void Cascade up next. I might. We'll see. I'll do this for 25 minutes and then we'll see what we have left in store. Oh, I'm just realizing I have a shit ton of energy that I probably don't need. I don't think I actually use an. Oh, I have 3%, 2%. Yeah. Okay, and I need to move them into that hallway. So, playing it risky. I don't want them in this hallway. I want them coming down this hallway. So. We're gonna start like moving them over here. The thing that sucks is that breach surge will kind of keep them all aggro to each other and they won't move to the right area. So in terms of like spawn swapping and moving to a different room, this is kind of what you're talking about, that you have to be a little bit smart about it, but still doing pretty good. I guess we keep moving over here. What do we have in the next room? I think this should be, yeah, this is a big room. So this is what I was talking about earlier. 4,000 likes. Holy shit. I totally missed that. Oh my god. Thank you guys. I don't know when that happened, but I apologize. I totally missed that. But this is what I talk about in terms of like survival, like modified survival, is that you're getting, you know, you're getting one room that has like half of the life support towers. And so you kind of have to manage that, and you're almost forced to move between rooms because they just won't continue spawning in the same room. So there's a Guardian Eximus right there. There's a Corrupted Ancient right there. Kill both of those guys. We should be chilling then. Now we can kind of run around and do this. We can spam some bubbles. Spam some more bubbles, and then now you're actually playing. Alright. Better Ureli flow. I'm feeling a little bit simpler about it. I'm going to try and keep Marulina active a little bit better. I do love Loyal Marulina. I think it's some... Oh, I'm getting a crit buff from Ureli. Oh, shit. I forgot about that. Gaming. I think I'm also getting Arcane Avenger, so it's a double crit buff, technically. So, you work a job alongside this? Yeah. I just started working recently. I'm very thankful that it's like a meeting. You know, it's kind of like a work from home project management. I do like some marketing material for a company, so it's a lot of it is just meetings. And so if I know what my schedule looks like, then I have